This video might be a little bit too long for a lot of you, so don't worry. If you were to look in the description of this video right now, scroll down a little bit and you'll see I have provided chapters. If you just want to skip ahead to a certain section, whether it's deployables, weapons and tools, or of course clothing and armor, or of course, all the collection continuations, it's all on display right there. Just click ahead and skip ahead. The choice is available to you. I've provided it, so yep, just pointing that out. And with that, good day, Rust Skin enjoyers. I hope you're doing alright, because it's time for the Rust Workshop Skin Checks. Yes, over the past weekend, and as of Monday, we have a lovely batch of skins that have been submitted. Get a good look at all of that. But remember, what's our main focus? What's our main intention with this video? Basically, with the financial perspective, we're on the hunt to identify all potential collection continuations. Well, basically, with the upcoming Rust stores, if we were to see a skin from a notable collection being accepted, we tend to see skins from the same collection having a bit of a spike in demand, spike in price. With great help from the likes of scmm.app, we can help visualize whether certain collections could potentially be good to consider investing into, because if a new potential skin that we identify gets accepted, well, that collection could be getting a lot of demand and potentially lots of skins go up in price, and therefore we could potentially make some sweet, delicious looking profit. Does that make sense to all of you? I hope so. So yeah, basically we're on the hunt to identify collection continuations, and we're trying to see if we want to invest into the collection. Shouldn't be too hard to comprehend. Now, before I get started talking about all the newest skins, with over 100 skins to take a look at, you're probably wondering, well, hang on a minute, how did you get all of this set up? How come all these skins are on display right here, right in front of you? Well, this happens to be my followed authors list, and if you want to set one up yourself, if you were to look in the top right corner of this video right now, you'll see a special card has appeared. If you were to click it, it'll navigate you to a video that's specially it's there to showcase to you the various different ways in which you can build up your own followed authors list. So consider giving that a good watch. It's up to you. And with that, shall we proceed? Now, before we start talking about all the newest skins, we should be aware that there is a new top picks list set up by TGG, that German guy. If you aren't fully well aware, every single week TGG goes through all the newest skins and he makes sure that there are no DMCA issues, and he makes sure every single skin is to the quality standard to potentially being accepted into the game. And with this top picks list, it actually gets provided and shown to Facepunch, the devs of Rust. So I'm sure you can understand that this is a very important thing that you want to be aware of, and of course for skin creators for sure, because Facepunch actually will look through all of these skins, and this is where they pick the skins for their next Rust stores. Do you understand that? So consider giving this a very good look, and if you want to as well, please consider watching this video, get a good look at all the skins in game, and show some support. It's not too hard, is it? Right, so we have over 100 brand new skins to take a look at today. Now, don't forget, if you were to look in the description of this video, you'll see a link has been provided for this collection. You can go through all the skins yourself in your own time, or if you want, you can listen to me as I slowly go through all of them. Don't forget to consider voting for all of the skins, and if you happen to really like a skin, consider, offering a nice little comment. And if you don't happen to like a certain skin, consider, offering some constructive feedback. Be nice, concise, and straight to the point, and maybe you can help them out if they want to consider making a version 2. So I'm sure you all understand that perfectly by now. Shall we proceed? Shall we get started with the likes of Deployables? What do we have right here? First of all, we have the likes of a very interesting looking fridge skin set up by Mr. Shedman right here. Golden Ancient Artifact. Very strange, but it is in fact a fridge with transparency. If we keep looking to the sides, you might notice that you can actually see through its teeth. That's pretty cool. So for like a big decorative piece that you might want to stick in your base just for a laugh, or if you actually want to use a fridge, by all means, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would probably consider liking that. So if you are a fan of the Golden Ancient Artifact fridge, please consider voting yes or no, and best of luck to you, Mr. Shedmon. And here it is right there. What do we have? Oh god, look at that. I hope you're not scared of clowns, because they see you. And when it's night time, they still see you. Look at that. Whoa! So, Bear Trip and Hulk producing some very scary looking skin. It wants your skin. Well, if you happen to like what you see here, by all means, please consider voting yes or no, and if you're crying, run away. Right, so best of luck to you two. And what do we have here? It's a bag of money. It's filled with gold coins to be precise. I don't know why it's on fire, and I don't know what that has to do with a furnace, but hey, it's a nice, creative, unique idea, and if you happen to like that, by all means, consider voting yes or no, and well, best of luck to you too, Mr. Sage Chains and Demon. Are you trying to melt your coins? I don't know, that doesn't seem like a good idea. The bag's on fire, stop it, no! Right, here is our first collection continuation to talk about. So, this is the Desert Stone Furnace. You might not remember, but we had a very interesting looking sleeping bag being accepted quite some time back. In fact, there was actually a full collection of them, but only the Desert Stone one was accepted. So, if we can recall, this is the Desert Stone sleeping bag. When we first looked at it, we thought, oh wow, yeah, that's going to probably be some very cool looking camouflage to hide the sleeping bag in the desert areas. Unfortunately, the sleeping bag didn't exactly do super great. What do you mean? Well, let's go take a look. So if we quickly hop over to here, Desert Stone sleeping bag. How you doing? Let's go take a look. Because unfortunately, well, apparently I'm one of the people with a lot of them. But if you were to go to the Steam market right now, you'll see for yourself that this is not exactly doing super great. What price did it sell for? This sold for $2.49 and it's currently sitting here at 86 cents. That's not good. It lost a lot of value, and as you can see here, ever since it came out, it's just only been going down. However, we have a potential collection continuation. We potentially could see the likes of a Deplorable collection getting built up from this. And, you know, I'm not sure if you want to kind of put it like out in the open. I mean, it's pretty good camouflage in terms of being in the desert, but as I said, do you really want to have a furnace out in the open? Anyway, point still remains. Will this furnace potentially draw some eyes to the likes of that sleeping bag, and could we potentially see the sleeping bag doing a whole lot better? I'm going to be very honest with you, I don't think so. Now, more specifically, I will sit here and say, I think the likes of the sleeping bag could do a whole lot better if there was a lot more skins being produced. If we end up seeing the likes of a Desert Stone collection, I'm talking sheep doors, large boxes, maybe even a rug and whatnot, yeah, there really could be something that develops there, and of course, with more interest and demand into the collection, the sleeping bag will do a whole lot better. So, you definitely will be wanting to keep an eye on the likes of Firefly and Anetta from here and out, because maybe they're going to keep producing more and more. We'll find out in the future, won't we? So, by all means, if you like what you see, feel free to go ahead and vote yes or no. And of course, best of luck to you, Firefly and Anetta. But my definitive answer is, I don't think the sleeping bag will change that much if you were to see the furnace being accepted. We need to see more. I'd say at least 4 deplorable skins, then we might get somewhere. So we'll find out what happens in the end, and well, at the very least, you know, probably would look good with the likes of the Adobe building skin. Oh, that might be pretty. Well, we'll find out in the future, won't we? Let's move on. And immediately, we've got ourselves a whole bunch of storages with collection continuations. Straight off the bat, what do we see right here? It's the storage! You did that, it's your own fault. Anyway, so it's the Neon Storage Collection. Neon Storage Collection is very well known and very, very in demand. As you can see right here, ever since these skins were accepted back in 2021, they sold in abundance and their prices have graciously risen up ever so nicely, with the most expensive one currently selling for $35. Wow. So, as you might have noticed over to here, there has been many attempts for small storages to be accepted. Duck has tried many times in the past to kind of branch off and make a mini small box collection for the Neon Storage Collection. Unfortunately, as you can see here, none of them were accepted, so he's making another attempt for it, and hey, you know, couldn't hurt, you know, we'll see what potentially could happen. I'm not like 100% like fully confident this will be accepted, because as I said, this is actually like the 3rd time. However, I can't say no, you know, you put that near your airlock, you know, quick meds and whatnot before you run out. Yeah, that seems perfectly plausible, along with all the other ideas such as cards and comps and fuel. That seems all reasonable, but Facepunch just doesn't seem to care too much. Now, if this were to be accepted, would the likes of all those Neon Storage large boxes be, you know, spike in demand, spike in price? I don't think so. I don't think a new extra collection is going to really make that much of a difference with those Neon Storages. They have been on the Steam market for 3 years now, and they've all graciously already risen up in price and whatnot. Maybe there could be a bit of a bump, we shall see, but they're already like doing super great. They're already risen up in price by quite a lot. I just wouldn't really invest into them right now. I feel like they've already had their time. All right, does that make sense? So yeah, you get the idea. So regardless, if you happen to like what you see here, by all means, consider voting yes or no, and maybe, just maybe, we'll see a continuation for the Neon Storage collection. So yeah, if you like it, by all means, consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Duck. Next up, what do we have right here? It is the Secret Cargo Meds box. Right, so it looks like Legacy and Lifter are trying to develop their own storage collection. So this is where I bring up a certain video that I recorded not too long ago. It is located right over here. Storage collections and the special ingredient, Rust Skins talk. If you are a skin creator who plans on building setting up their own storage collection, you for sure definitely want to go ahead and watch this video. Basically, based on what I've seen in recent times with the recent storage collections that were accepted, it seems Facepunch likes to see a storage collection that has some extra special theme to it, which makes it an individual compared to all the other skins within its collection. Now, conveniently, we do have 2 skins that we can compare to, because we had the Secret Cargo ammo box the previous week. There is an issue. Yes, you might notice some notable differences. It's a different colour, it has a different name, it has a different picture. You can immediately notice that. That's not too hard. But for a new modern storage collection, you have to have something extra, a fourth ingredient that makes them individual compared to each other, but sticks to the overall theme. I don't see that. Yes, you might point out, oh, you got like a different bumper sticker there. It needs to be more than that, I feel. When you look at the likes of the Graffiti storage collection, all the font utilised on every single box, whilst it was always graffiti, the font itself was always in theme for the specific box. With what I see here, not exactly seeing that. It's a bit too straightforward, a bit too plain, and far too many skin creators do this exact same thing all the time. So once again, if you're a new skin creator and you're curious to think about making your own storage collection, at least consider watch this video, and after about 13 minutes you'll completely understand what you need to do. Because if you just keep making things like this, I highly doubt you're going to get these accepted. You're essentially wasting your week submitting a skin like this. But hey, we'll find out. By all means, if you like what you see, consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you too. But I do stand by my point. I don't think it's going to get anywhere. You have to look at it again, revise it, add something extra to it. What might that be? Well, you've got to think hard. What still remains in theme with Secret Cargo, but you can have still as a special unique thing per each box? You've got to think on it a little bit more. Right, so with the likes of what we have here, now this is technically speaking a loose connection. Yeah, a loose collection continuation. So what do you mean, Hedge? Well, I'll explain. So basically, if you can recall quite some time back, we had the likes of those storages that were all in theme with like the overworld loot boxes and whatnot. Like, of course, the crate over here, crate box, remember that? And then we had the small storage box that was like the toolbox and whatnot. You remember, I'm sure. Yeah, cool. So basically, with what we have here was one of those skins that unfortunately wasn't accepted in the past. This is actually the 3rd attempt. So yes, this is the Elite Crate box, of course, trying to emulate those Elite Crates that we have in the game. Oh, I'm sure you're very good at collecting all that loot, I'm sure. Well, you could probably try and trick some people out in the open world. But at the very least, something cool to have in your base. If you happen to like what you see here, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Slivkey. Best of luck to you, Mr. Jeeba. Next up, what do we have here? It's a Mimic large box. Wow, you might want to brush your teeth, but yeah, get a good look at that. Are those its eyes? Now, I should just quickly point out, there is also a glow-in-the-dark version that you can see right here, and if I just show you this picture, you can see they're all starting to creep up on you. They have your scent. They want you inside. Well, actually, no, I probably shouldn't say that. Alright, anyway, so yeah, they're going to bite you. And if you happen to like what you see here, by all means, please consider voting yes or no, and best of luck to you, Mr. Fuff. And very strangely, we happen to have a week where skin creators have accidentally done the same idea. We also have another Mimic storage box. Get a good look at this. Very creepy looking eyes, which also happen to glow in the dark. Yes, this is Tricks and Reckless's Mimic storage large box. Get a good look at that. That's looking very cool. The Mimic chest, to be precise. Very cool, very scary looking. So if you happen to like this idea, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. And yeah, best of luck to you too. And what do we have right here? This just so happens to be the Cozy Large Wood Box. This just so happens to be a collection continuation. As you can see in the background right there, we, not too long ago, did have the likes of the Cozy Wooden Door being accepted in a Rust store, and now let's go ahead and take a look at the likes of that. So, Cozy Wooden Door, here we are. Come on, don't be shy. Right, so this is the only skin that's been accepted previously. However, there is a bit of a problem. It's a wooden door. Now, wooden doors as investments don't tend to do very well. As you can see right here, this sold for, what, 99 cents? It's already down to 46 cents. Yes, potentially, maybe, possibly, if we were to see more deployables being accepted in this cozy collection, the wooden door might do a bit better. But I don't have a lot of faith that wooden door's going to go anywhere. I think it's always going to stick around that price. It might go all the way down. Who knows? We shall see. But if we do see more of this collection, yeah, I can expect some very nice things potentially working out for the likes of it. We shall see. But with what we have here, no, I don't think that wooden door's going to really change that much. I wouldn't consider it a nice investment. But as I said, in many other instances, if you happen to like what you see here with the actual skin itself, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Kazaru. Yeah. Right, okay, so we just looked at the Cozy Large Wood Box. Let's go ahead and take a look at these wooden doors. So, what do we have over here? It is the Door of Fears wooden door. Wow. That's a little bit creepy. yeah, come closer to the closet, little shark. Well, I mean, do you reckon that's a little bit Halloween themed or something? Maybe it's a little bit too scary for all these young people that play Rust at the moment. Hey, at the end of the day, if you happen to like what you see, please consider voting yes or no for Wet QA. And I can't really... two supports Door of Fears wooden door. So yeah, that's certainly something. But what do we have over here? Something a little bit more grounded. Nothing exactly super scary. It is the Old Shine wooden door. Now, is that whole thing transparent? Hold on a second. No. Okay, I thought that was like just a window that you could just see through. They had been a little bit... Well, actually, hang on a minute. I think it's just like a set in place shine. You can't see through it. Plus, you would know, yeah, that you'd have to have transparency as a tag, and I don't see that anywhere. So yeah, it looks like it's just a texture. I got a little bit confused. I was like, hang on a minute, is that all transparent? Doesn't appear to be. No. Okay, cool. So just want to understand. So if you happen to like this type of design, feel free to go ahead and vote yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Yeah. Alright, now on to sheet metal doors. Gentlemen, get a good look at this because we got a very cool looking display here for a sheet metal door. Mr. Dragvlad actually showcasing himself, drawing his actual texture. This right here is pretty cool, look at that. So we don't really see that much of that, do we? So, yes, get a good look at the actual art taking place. Very nice little presentation there, Mr. Dragvlad. And as we quickly look over to here, you can see it in-game. The cool looking hazmat, all in daytime. But if we quickly hop over to nighttime, as you can see, it is a glow in the dark skin. So if you happen to like that presentation, if you think that looks really cool, and if you like seeing things like this, by all means, first of all, consider commenting, because that's really cool how you showed that off. And by all means, if you like the skin, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Dragvlad. And yeah, keep doing that. That's cool. Next up, we have the piano sheet metal door. This is produced by Shaq and Radost Tavoya, and it's quite literally a piano. Now, if I go up to it and press all the buttons, does it actually play some music or something? Give it a good slap. But yeah, that's looking pretty cute. That's looking pretty straightforward. And at the end of the day, if you like what you see here, feel free to go ahead and vote yes or no. And yeah, best of luck to you too. What do we have over here? Crazy Creatures sheet metal door. Now this has actually got 4 different versions. Technically speaking, I think it's allowed. So they have one that's red, one that's blue, and then both of them have a different version in between them. So this is the typical straightforward glow-in-the-dark version. Very nice. But over to here we have the one that isn't glowing. So yes, I get the feeling that kind of, that's kind of stretching it a bit, but I think that's fine. I don't think Face Punch would be that upset. So that's in the red, and this is in blue. So one of them glows, one of them doesn't, as you can see right there. And of course, we've read the exact same thing, vice versa. So hey, if you happen to like any of those, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. And best of luck to you, Lysate and Koba. So yeah, technically speaking, it's the same skin, but it just has some variations, and I think I think he's kind of pushing it there, but hey, I think it should be fine. Like it's not like he's completely overhauled it or changed it. It's just a color change with some glow in the dark and some without. So cool, that's fine. Then we have the likes of Sheet Metal Door Defender. Get a good look at that. Now, is he like melted or grafted onto a door or something there? What's going on? Is this like a Star Wars reference? It doesn't mention it or anything. So hey, at the end of the day, you're the one who decides. You have that vote. Do you happen to like what you see here? Do you want golden hazmat defending your base? Well, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Heenan. And we have even more sheet metal doors. Plenty of sheet metal doors were submitted this week. We have many options and 2 collection continuations. So here is the Dots metal door, a very cool looking sort of bit style. What do you mean? I'm talking like pixels, little bits, little long. I wouldn't know. Would that be a 16-bit or 32-bit? Feel free to comment. I'm not 100% sure there. But yep, GPG and Kit are the ones behind it. So yeah, I mean, pretty cool idea. Now, it's actually not as if it's like graphics, as in like game graphics, but it looks like it's like actual plates and whatnot. I don't fully know. I don't know what the actual reference or what it's an homage to. But at the end of the day, if you happen to like this style, if you're a fan of it, by all means, please consider voting yes or no, and best of luck to you two. Then we have Labyrinth Door, produced by Mr. Hashaki. So, to be able to lock this door, you're going to go put the ball all the way through. It seems a little bit convoluted. But hey, it's something unique, it's something different, and if you like what you see here, by all means, please consider voting yes or no, and best of luck to you, Mr. Hashaki. Oh, are you part of the cat gang? Do you like cats? Do you smile like that? Then you are part of the cat gang, and therefore you should also consider voting yes or no for the likes of this cat gang sheet metal door, produced by the likes of Mr. Salitra, and oh, you're trying to turn it into like a set. No, if I recall, you actually have the double door. Yep. So he's only done a version 2 of the cat gang one, and hey, like I said, if you love those cats, if you can't stop posting cat gifs, this is the type of door just for you. So, once again, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Salitra. And what do we have over here? Lots of toys for doors this week, don't we? So, Kelma Legend and Nui. What's this? Oh, it's like those little soft play shape things. Ah, yeah. So, you know, when real young kids, they get all like the little soft things. You can pop them out and they can put them back in and whatnot. That's cute. That's simple. Not too crazy. Not too sinister. Unless you like to put the shapes in the wrong spot, then you truly are a monster. But hey, if you like what you see here, please consider voting yes or no. This doesn't glow as it's stated right there. So yeah, best of luck to you two. Next up, we have Scrap Sheet Metal Door, produced by Mr. Mad Polly. Get a good look at this, as you can see. It glows in the dark. Very nice. Very cool. And, well, very DIY. But hey, I'm sure a lot of people do appreciate a good grounded type of design. That very likely looks like something that was just, you know, pieced together from various things from like the scrapyard and, you know, the makeshift light. That looks cool, and I give great respect to that. That's a good looking skin right there, Mr. Mad Polly. So, if you are a fan of that as well, and if you'd like to see more skins like this, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, sir. What do we have next? Oh, wow! It's the WoW door! Wow! Oh, wow! Wow! Wow. Honestly, just look, wow. So, yeah, it's the WoW door. It's the WoW door indeed. You look at it and you go, wow! So, yeah, glows in the dark. Very straightforward. Nothing too crazy. If you happen to be a fan of a straightforward neon style glow-in-the-dark door, well, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. McQuarrie. And now, our first collection continuation with the doors. What do we have right here? It's Bad News. Now, not too long ago, we had the likes of the Bad News AR, I do believe. Bad News, where is it? Here we go, Bad News AK47. Now, unfortunately, not doing super great. Sold for $2, already down to 95 cents. However, if we were to see a sheet metal door being accepted, could that potentially turn it around and, you know, give it a nice boost? Don't think so. Deployables and weapons, bit of a strange mix. I don't think that door's going to magically cause the AK to go up in demand anytime soon. But hey, if you happen to like the idea, if you happen to like the design, big picture, looking pretty sweet, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. PYH. But I must verify or reiterate, I don't see the AK magically rising in demand with that door. It's a cool idea, it's just I don't think it would really make that much of a difference. Sorry to say, but I think you can understand that enough. And then over to here, we have another collection continuation. You might not instantly realise it, but do you recall the AK47 and the SAR skin we got later last year? The Armageddon AK and the SAR? Well, it seems Mr. Oasis and Schumer have now dabbled into the likes of considering turning this into a deployable collection. And fair enough, it looks cool. That is a cool looking door right there. So it's like a dragon of some sort? I think so. We do have that dragon set though, don't we? Toxic Dragon. What was this? What was the other one? What was the straightforward fire one? Firehorn? That's it, yep. Maybe. I'm not saying no, nothing wrong with it. Straightforward glow-in-the-dark design, nothing wrong with that. People do appreciate something like that. So, hey, let's go take a look at Armageddon, see how that's currently... Armageddon. Getting out of here. Right, Armageddon. No, with an A. There we go. Right, Armageddon. This one? Yes, there we go. Right, so they're not doing good. It's unfortunate. They are below $1. That is a telltale sign that they're not doing very good. Now, if we were to see a door skin being accepted, I mean, much like how we just talked about the bad news they are literally just like a minute ago. No, I don't expect much to be going on there. What are you doing there? Shut up. No, I don't imagine a door skin's going to magically cause those to go up in price and whatnot. Don't think so, but I am curious to see if it does develop into even more skins, because like I said, that looks very cool, and it does remind me of the likes of the Toxic Dragon and Dragon Horn set. So I think that could definitely have a nice future ahead of it with the likes of Deployables, but we'll have to wait and see what Oasis and Schumer roll out afterwards. So curious to see, but I don't expect that much of a spike in demand, spike in price. And then we're going to roll into the likes of Garage Doors, and then we'll finish it off with a single armoured door and a single double armoured door. Okay, so we have the Neon Pizza garage door right here. Nice cool looking glow in the dark design. Very straightforward, but nothing wrong with that. When you can actually see how it's all like pieced together, like literally on the mesh wiring and whatnot. These type of skins do very well. They do very well. But we shall see. In terms of sales, I think loads of people would like to have a pizza door. Hey! But in terms of, well, do you like it or not? It's up to you. You could go ahead and vote yes or no, but I'm pretty sure everybody likes pizza. Best of luck to you, Mr. Shaft and Mr. Opacha. Let's see what potentially entails for the likes of this in the future. Mushrooms? Oh, no, you've lost me, sorry. Anyway, blocky rig garage door. Get a good look at this. Looking very nice. This is produced by Keka. So you know how just a minute ago we had those dot stores? Yeah. I feel like this is actually more in reference to games, it seems like. I wonder what game it's referencing. But you know what I mean? Like, this is actually supposed to try and make itself look like it's like a 8-bit style type of game. So, yeah, no, that's cool. Looking pretty sweet. Very nice. Pretty cool. Are you a fan of this? Well, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Kicker. And what do we have here? Hillside Hazmat Garage Door, produced by Kaiden. Yes. Looking very nice. Very goofy, but very cute at the same time. It's got a little pony, and his little body art, so cute, isn't it? So, hey, do you like that art style? Would you like to see some more skins, more deployable skins such as this? Well, please consider voting yes or no, and maybe we'll see some more in the future. And you've got a little GIF here showing the development of it. How cute, very nice. Well done there, Mr. Kaiden. Right, next up we have Hazmatica. This is produced by Arietta and Maloiko. Get a good look at this. Very straightforward, nice cool comic style with all the hazmat skins that are in the what you call it? It is the permanent section, not the permanent section, the general store, that's it, yes. All the hazmat skins that you can buy with your lovely Steam wallet. You got the likes of Lumberjack, Arctic, Abyss, and of course the standard hazmat. Where's the astronaut? Unbelievable. Well, at the end of the day, if you happen to like what you see there, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you too. And what do we see over to here? We have the Slot Machine Garage Door, produced by Barurik. Are you going to strike it lucky, chat? Every time you roll it down, are you going to get a 777? We'll see. Pretty cute little idea right there. But remember, gambling is very bad for the young. The young people should not be gambling, all right? Don't gamble. It's very naughty, all right? Invest instead. Lose your money that way instead. So if you happen to like what you see, by all means, please consider voting yes or no, and let's now move on. Next up, what do we have here? Neon Hellcat garage door. Glows in the dark, as you can see. Very nice, straightforward neon design with the mesh on. Yeah, oh, you can see how it's all connected on the mesh. Like I said just a minute ago, people do like these types of neon glow-in-the-dark designs. So if you happen to like what you see right here, the Neon Hellcat garage door, produced by the one and only Mr. Anubis Dunk, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, sir. What do we have over here? It's the Radiation Camo Garage Door, glow, transparent, and low fonts. What does that mean? I don't know, but we have a video. Ah! Not the DMCA! Not getting me today! Right, so, I do appreciate a little trailer for a skin, showcasing the skin, but I can't be listening to that music. I'll probably get in trouble if I upload the video with the music playing. I'm sure you can understand. So, with what we have here, very cool up-close look, very nice. But if we could just hop out of here, do a real quick look at the likes of it, you know, sitting still, that'd be nice. So, yep, very nice. You can see through these railings, apparently. Now, if we could just get a much better look to showcase that, as you can see, transparent. You can see through that, and these corners here, glow-in-the-dark lighting. Very nice, very cool. And if you're a fan of that, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Holodno and Kolotinsky. Yeah, looking very nice. And what do we have over here? Hazard Protection Garage Door, glow in the dark, very nice, very cool. Produced by the one and only Mr. Voodoo. Let's see what potentially could come out of the likes of this. So, nothing too crazy with its design. Pretty cool looking glow in the dark. If you happen to be a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no. What do we have here? Right, so it is the year of 2024, and many of you should be aware that this year it's a leap year. In 2 days' time, on the 29th of February, we're going to have a leap day. And well, Mr. Z-Skipper and Mr. Dark Schneider have decided that they want to go ahead and do a nice little skin in homage to this special day. Get a good look at that. That looks ever so nice. That looks very cool. This is a lovely looking skin right here. So yes, every 4 years we have to add an extra day to make up for the fact that I think the Earth moves slightly faster than 24 hours. So after 4 years, we have a day to make up for the time where we kind of went a little bit too fast. So it slowly adds up, and after 4 years, it's enough to fill in a day. So I guess that's how it works. I don't fully know everything. Consider, looking up on Google, leap years and leap days. What's all this about? So, yeah, pretty cool idea. You got the Earth rotating, all the planets, the sun in the middle with the moon in the middle. Very cool. And at night, it only shows the moon. So that's a very nice little spectacle of an art piece. A very interesting looking garage door. And if you happen to be a fan of that, gentlemen, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. And best of luck to you too. Right, and what do we have right here? It's a collection continuation. Soul Eater has moved on from weapons and into deployables. So, not too long ago, we had the likes of the Soul Eater revolver and the Soul Eater SAR, if I can recall. Yep, we had 2 weapon skins. Revolver's still holding up very nicely. That's, expected. We talk about revolvers quite a lot. Unfortunately, the SAR has gone down in price a fair bit. That's unfortunate, but what do we have right here? It is a garage door. So, what could potentially work from here? What could be built up from here? Many other doors potentially. Will the Soul Eater collection continue? More with the likes of deployables from here and now? Well, at the very least, if you happen to like it, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. And maybe, just maybe, we could see even more skins. Many weapons were produced. Unfortunately, not all of them were accepted. But now I have to sit here and say, will these 2 skins potentially spike demand, spike in price if we were to see a garage door being accepted? My answer will be, I don't think so. Much like how we just talked a little bit earlier in regards to the sheet metal doors and those skins with AKs, what we talked about, Bad News door, and of course the Armageddon door. Yet, same thing. We've only had weapons here. Garage door, is that going to make that much of a difference? I don't think so. It's unfortunate, but things like this have happened before and nothing really changed. So, plus it's also getting close to Easter time. We're currently going through quite a bit of a dip. So maybe I'll talk about that a little bit more towards the end of this video. But if you happen to like what you see here, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Delaroy. And next up, what do we have? It's a rusty armoured door produced by Mr. Confusion. Nothing too crazy. It's a very rusty looking armoured door, but very grounded, very approachable, very realistic to a point. You really should get some WD-40 on that. I'm just saying, like, that might not open when you really need it to. So hey, yeah. Cool looking grounded design. If you happen to like what you see here, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Confusion. And lastly, the last deployable of this week. What do we have right here? It is the Biohazard Armoured Double Door. It glows in the dark, and it's very cool. Yes. Now, if you were to touch it, could that potentially cause problems with radiation? I'm just saying, but yep. Pretty cool. You won't escape. Don't come close. Wow, that's pretty stark and scary. Armoured double doors. We don't see many of these being accepted, do we? And by default, they tend to be very nice investments. But this isn't a continuation or anything. Just wanted to bring that up because I thought it would be a nice little thing to mention. So yep, very straightforward, cool looking, glow-in-the-dark, double armoured door. If you like what you see, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you too, Cavency and Mr. Michael. And so with that, people, that was the last deployable to talk about this week. So out of all of these skins, which one was your most favourite? Which of these skins do you reckon potentially has a very good chance in being accepted with an upcoming Rustore rotation? Feel free to comment below. I'm going to go ahead and take a real quick break, and then I'll proceed to talk about the likes of the weapons and the tools. Right, so shall we go ahead and start talking about the likes of all of these weapons and tools? So as you can see here, we've got the likes of a rock skin, we've got some satchel charges, a hammer skin, some bone knives, and of course a salvage sword skin. So first of all, very cool idea right here. Obviously it's supposed to look like a bonsai tree. Don't have any transparency. Maybe that could have made all the difference, but I'll be honest with you, still, based on what I see here, very creative idea for the likes of a rock skin. Very well done, Mr. NFN. Gentlemen, out of all the potential things that could have been made, I honestly do think this was a pretty clever idea. So, hey, at least it's not an animal. By all means, if you happen to like what you see here, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, NFN. Now, what do we have over here? This is the The bandage satchel charge. What? I combine bandage with satchel. I don't know. It's one of those days. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry, Sepesh. But here we go. You got yourself a very cool looking bandage satchel charge skin sitting right here. Hey, do you happen to like what you see? Well, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, sir. Next up, what do we have right here? It's a very cool looking poker face satchel charge. Play or die. Whoa, those are some very high risks plays. Oh yeah. So produced by Peppercarl and Universe Kid. Get a good look at this. Looking very, very cool. And if you happen to like this, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Next up, we have the Bump Hammer. So every week now, we're probably seeing at least one hammer skin being produced. Yet, for some strange reason, for almost 2 years, Face Punch has not accepted a hammer skin in a Rustore. Don't know why, it is a bit odd, but maybe at some point we will see at least one of these being accepted. Hessiam's done a perfectly fine job. If you like what you see here, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, sir. What do we have over here? Souls of the Dead Bone Knife. Now this has transparency. You can see how rigid it is and whatnot. Very all nice and sharp. And over here we actually have one that isn't so sharp and rigid and whatnot. But yeah, you can see right there. Very cool. And well, is that like straight from a bone? Oh god. Well, it is a bone knife, isn't it? So, if you like what Rotten Man has produced here, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, sir. Then we have the likes of the Snake Sting Sword. As you can see right here, its hilt obviously has the very cool golden looking viper there. Looking very, very, very nice. Now this doesn't glow in the dark. You might assume it does based on the coloration on the sword, but there's no mentions of that, so it appears that is just a very straightforward but cool looking snake themed, venom themed I guess you could say, salvage sword skin. So produced by Chris and Mairdale. If you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. What do we have next? We have a whole bunch of stone tools, and I do believe we have a collection continuation right there as well. Then we have bow skins with another collection continuation. So first up here we have the likes of the mounting foam, stone hatchet, and of course pickaxe. Looking very nice, looking very cool. Get a good look at both of these. So we occasionally see some stone tools being accepted every now and then, and do you reckon now's a good chance, a good opportunity for some new skins? Well, if you happen to like what you see right here, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Himmick and Mr. Gunyer. We'll see what happens next. But you do have competition, yes. For you see, with the many inflatable tool skins we've been seeing being released recently, or submitted, I guess you could say, we've now dabbled into the likes of stone tools, yes. Do you want to have a rock skin that's actually just, you know, an inflatable... Yes, we have the goofy-looking inflatable set continuing with stone tools. So, of course, if you aren't fully well aware, we, of course, have the likes of this inflatable collection. We've had the tools, the original tools, the pickaxe and the hatchet originally, and, they're selling slightly above $1 at the moment, and, of course, we've got the AK47 currently in the Rust store, not selling super great because I don't think there's a lot of demand and interest in the likes of those skins, and it is weapon / tool only at the moment. So my answer to you is if you're looking at this hoping for it to potentially cause a bit of a spike in price, I don't think so, no. When we tend to have only a weapon-only collection, or weapon and tool only collection, it doesn't really work out very well. No, I'm very sorry to say, but that usually is the case. So by all means, if you happen to like the set and if you'd like to see more, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Svensper and Mr. Yesin. Next up, what do we have right here? Two versions of this lava bow. Get a good look at this. I believe one of them's non-glow and the second one is, so we'll go ahead and take a look at that in a second. And what do we see over here? Yep, glow-in-the-dark lava bow. Now, weapons that glow in the dark, not exactly super in demand. People don't really like them. You don't want to be seen, do you? Well, what are you doing running around with a glow in the dark weapon? Sorry, I kind of yawned there as I went and said that. But yeah, you understand what I mean. People don't really favour glow-in-the-dark weapons that much. And, of course, clothing and armour. But hey, maybe some people do. They like the challenge. So if you happen to like either of these designs, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. K. Vladimir and Mr. Hello. Next up, we have the cop bow. Yes, this is a police theme bow. Get a good look at this. Now, I think it's supposed to be in reference to, like, the police car, because when we see the glow-in-the-dark, as you can see, yeah, you got, like, all the lights on the side. Now, okay, those are not lights, it's glow. It's an emission layer, and as you can see, it's as if you got the police car lights on. So that's pretty cute, that's pretty goofy, but, you know, I won't be surprised if people do prefer the original version without all the glow-in-the-dark. So, if you like what you see, please, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. WAGAN, Mr. Wagan, and Mr. Cirque. And what do we have sitting right here, looking ever so nice and, well, pretty sinister looking? Why, it's the Abyss Crossbow, yes. So, if you haven't been keeping track, the Abyss collection's doing pretty okay. Not insane, not crazy, but it's doing just fine. As we take a look at all the skins, some of them have started to dip. Most skins in general right now, you know, as we approach the likes of Easter time, are dipping in price. It's quite unfortunate, but it is a usual trend that happens every single year. Now, based on what we see right here, we only have one weapon skin, the Abyss AK47. That's only down by 6%. That's really good for an AK. That is really good for an AK. But we do have a lack of skins in terms of weapons. Now, recently we did have a bow skin, which apparently hasn't been noticed here, so I'll just quickly point this out. Yep, the bow skin right there. I was under the assumption that potentially could have been picked recently. Didn't happen, which was quite unfortunate. But hey, maybe a crossbow. Maybe a crossbow will suffice. So if we were to see this crossbow being accepted, would we see any of the Abyss skins spiking in demand, spiking in price? I don't think so, no. Not at this current time. But maybe if we keep seeing more, maybe some things could turn around. And like I said, the AK is still doing very good for what it is. Only down by 6%. Most AKs in general usually are around by -50. Because they always go back down to around $1. It's unfortunate, but that's the usual pattern. So we'll find out, all right? So if you happen to like this, at the very least, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you two. We'll find out what happens next. Scroll down a little bit more. What do we have? We got the likes of a Blackstone SAP. That's a collection continuation. And then we got many submachine guns. And then we got the SAR and an LR300. Right, so here we have the likes of the newest Blackstone skin. So yeah, we're still going vice versa. Blackstone, Obsidian. Yeah, it's a bit all over the place. But, well, it's a pure black Blackstone SAP. Aim sight seems to also be black, as you can see right here. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. When I talk far too quickly without breathing enough, I yawn. Sorry. Remember, Jimmy Tedeschi and Nonfut, when you have a weapon skin, always show a picture aiming down the sight, because you don't have that. It's a rule. You should be having that. But at the very least, I can see it's got a black aim sight. Now, if we were to go ahead and take a look at the likes of the Blackstone skins, as you can see, we only have 2 skins and they're both weapons and they're not doing very well. So my answer is, in regards to if we were to see a SAP skin being accepted, would that potentially have a nice positive impact on those weapon skins? No, not going to happen. Very unlikely. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So, sorry, but yeah, that's not going to make a world of a difference. It's just going to kind of exist. But at the very least, cool looking design, and if you like it, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you two. What do we have over here? It is the Illusion MP5. So I think it's supposed to look like one of those hypnotic style things. I mean, we literally have a small box that quite literally has that. But hey, it's not super noticeable. It's a bit awkward. Hey, at the end of the day, it's a perfectly fine looking MP5, and if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Sky Noise. Next up, what do we have? Oil Spill MP5. This is a collection Mr. Sadist is trying to get off the ground, and as you can see, looking very nice and colourful. Aim down a sight, what do we see right here? A very weird but useful pink and yellow aim sight. That should be okay, maybe. If you like what you see, if you're a fan, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Sadist. Now, what do we have over here? Azure Mayhem. Get a good look at that. Okay, you know what, fair enough. That does look quite cool. Looking pretty lavish, looking pretty sweet. Produced by Mr. Debsky. Chat, YouTube, what do you think? Aim down the sight. Useful gold aim sight with a blue rim. That looks pretty interesting. Are you a fan? Do you like? Well, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Debsky. Ancient Creature MP5. So, as you can see here, got a pretty interesting looking side design. It's all like melting. Is it? No, it's fire. Ah, it's fire. Alright. Cool. That looks nice. Aim down the sight. Where is it? Here we are. Useful orange aim sight, should be good for most environments, maybe not desert. But hey, if you like this design, if you're a fan, please consider voting yes or no for Mr. Verona's Ancient Creature MP5. Now, what do we have over here? It's the Nano Camo MP5 produced by L4FER. Get a good look at that. Kind of reminds me of like digital camo, I guess you could say. Yeah, I guess. So, get a good look at that. If you're a fan, please consider voting yes or no, and, well, potentially, we could potentially see this being accepted in the future. It's up to you. Please consider voting. Best of luck to you, sir. Now, what do we have over here? It's the first skin for the Thompsons, the Tourist Thompson. This reminds me of the AK from Jet Set AK from the likes of Counter-Strike. You get all, like, the stamps from visiting around the world and whatnot. I see the idea, I understand it, I get what you mean, I see it. Not too crazy in terms of its design, but it's a very straightforward approach, and if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Zveran. Quick aim down a sight look, and yep, standard aim sight, so nothing really wrong with that. What do we have over here? The Imperial Thompson, produced by Mr. Eros. Get a good look at this. Very nice. Cool looking designs on the side. Got little skulls there with the flowers. Cool looking pattern. Submachine gun caliber 0.5. Yeah, looking pretty cool. So, if you're a fan of this, if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no for Mr. Eros's Imperial Thompson. Now we're moving on to the likes of SARS. What do we have right here in front of us? It is a continuation of the Bismuth collection. Bismuth, sorry. So, let's go remind ourselves, we only have one single door. Last week we did see the likes of an AK being submitted. Who knows, that could potentially be accepted maybe this upcoming Rust door. But for now, this sheet metal door is only selling for 53 cents. It is not looking very pretty. It is looking like it's struggling very badly. Well, it's not too surprising when there's quite a lot of stock. Well, actually no, it's only 106. It's just not on demand. But hey, if it does potentially develop into a collection, could this improve? We hope. We'd like to see it, wouldn't we? And just like that, Hedge has tons of them. Oh dear. So anyway, we've got the likes of a SAR now. If we do see this potentially developing into the likes of a brand new weapon collection, could the sheet metal door potentially go places? I'll be honest with you, I don't expect so, if it's just going to be weapons and whatnot. But if it does, gradually just keep building up more and more and more, at the very least, I do think it'll get a lot more eyes. I just don't know if people will actually be buying it. So, personally, I'm going to stay away from considering investing into likes that sheet metal door. I already own a whole bunch of them. So, Yeah. So, if you like what you see here, please consider voting yes or no, and do be aware we have a version without the stock. So, Mr. Wirecut, best of luck to you, sir, and please consider voting yes or no. And what do we have over here? It is the Diamond LR300 produced by Mr. MDE. Get a good look at this to the sides. Yes, yes, yes. Looking very pretty. Yep, yep. Aim down the sight, please. Where is that? There it is. Useful red aim sight. Perfection. So, if you like this design, if you're a fan, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. MDE. Right, now, you know what? That's really quick. Do we not have that many weapon skins this week? I guess so. I do know we're pretty jam-packed with the likes of clothing and armour, so doesn't surprise me too much that weapons and tools were pretty quick this week. Quick. I can say words. Right, so what do we have here? It's the Swamp Hermit AK47. Get a good look at that. Yep, that's looking very nice. That's looking pretty cool. So, do you want to be a Swamp Hermit? We got the perfect AK47 for you. So, if you're a fan, please consider voting yes or no. And best of luck to you, Mr. Decap. Best of luck. Alright, Condensed AK47, produced by the likes of Mr. Milho Frito and, of course, Sakadisi Milias. What do we have right here? It's a very cool, stylish-looking AK47. Get a good look at that. Looking very nice. And, of course, aimed down the sight, what do we have? A perfectly useful red aim sight. So, what's your thoughts? Feel free to comment below. But, of course, you could also comment on the weapon itself here. And, well, best of luck to you, Mr. Milho Frito and Sakadisi Milias. If you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Now we have the likes of the Oculus AK47. This is produced by Mr. Andre. Got lots of eyes all over the place. But why does it have slime on top of it? Not everything makes sense. Well, at least, you know, it's nice and colourful. Aim down the sight. Useful bright blue aim sight. Contrasts very nicely compared to the pink there. So, yeah, maybe it's going to do quite alright. Maybe you might want to consider voting yes or no. It's up to you, it's up to you. But if you are a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Andre. Next up, what do we see? It's the Hello AR. Yep. I was about to say AK-47, but I read it quite literally. I went, AR? What? So that seems to have a bit of a red aim sight. Do consider getting better lighting when you take your images, Mr. Monomic Man. It's a little bit awkward. I can't fully tell, but it does appear to be red. I can see a bit of a red, like, lighting there. So, yeah, it's got to be a red aim sight. Right then. So, if you're a fan, if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Monomic Man. Alright, prototype AK-47 produced by Mr. Y9J and 34633. Yes, that's looking pretty cool, yes. And down the sight, what do we see? It's like an orangey yellow aim sight. That might prove to be pretty useful, pretty helpful. So, do you like what you see? Are you a fan? Please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you too. Now we have the Dark World AK-47. So as you can see, got like a crow with all this nice horizon and imagery. That does look very nice for Sun Art. And Sun Art typically showcases how they develop their idea with a GIF at the very bottom. So yes, the crow watches as the horizon is ever so quiet. Yes. Cool looking bird, cool looking crow. And yeah, slowly being built up bit by bit. Feel free to go ahead and look at that yourself. So, aim down the sight, what do we have? Aim down the sight. Remember, Sun Art, we need to have an aim down the sight image. It's necessary. It's good for us as well, because we like to see if the aim sight's useful. I can't see that. That's the problem. I can't see it. So, oh, we have one here. Right, I was just a little bit blind. Maybe I just need better eyes. There we go. Perfectly fine looking golden light brown aim sight. Should be fine. Should be good. So, if you happen to like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Sun Art. Damascus AK-47. This right here is a continuation. So, Damascus Collection, it just recently got its Tier 2 armour. Unfortunately, that Tier 2 armour is selling a lot more compared to the likes of all the other skins there. Quite a lot more. That might prove to be a bit of a problem. Anyway, so if we were to see an AK-47 being accepted, would it cause these to spike in demand, spike in price? Oh, I hiccuped. Sorry about that. Would the AK-47 cause these to spike in demand, spike in price? Not as good as the likes of the Tier 2, for example. No. No. So basically, I don't think that's going to happen because we now got all the core pieces. Tier 2 being accepted, it being a core piece, it's had a very strong reaction on these skins. All of the armour, clothing and armour skins just before this appeared wasn't doing very well. But when it appeared, of course, spike in demand, spike in price. That happened and it worked out very nicely for it. But I can't help but assume this isn't going to last. And if you might sit there and say, but Hedge, what about an AK? What about an AK? Yeah, when we got like clothing and armour, when it's fully complete, An AK47 isn't going to really do that much. I don't think so. So I don't think this is going to do very well regardless. But if you do have any tier 3 or hoodie and pants skins, I would consider selling them. That is definitely something I'd pass on to you, because I don't think this is going to hold. We'll find out, we'll see, but at the very least, that tier 2 armor, there's far too much of this compared to hoodie and pants and tier 3, so be prepared for the likes of that as well. Alright then, so at the very least, if you like either the version 2 or the version 1 of the AK47, please consider voting yes or no, and best of luck to you, Mr. Multi-R Hatbarus, and of course, Mr. Damdin. And that was actually the last weapon and tool skin of the week. We did all that in about 20 minutes, but I have warned you, there is quite a lot of clothing and armor skins to go through as well. So at the very least, which of these weapon and tool skins was your favourite? Which of these weapon and tool skins do you reckon has the best chance of potentially being accepted in an upcoming Rust store? I'm going to take a real quick break, and then we'll proceed to talk about the likes of all of those clothing and armor skins that are right here. Right then, people, shall we jump straight in? It's time to talk about the likes of the clothing and the armour. First up, we got the likes of some primitive skins, starting with the likes of some burlap, and then, of course, we'll start moving on to other certain skins. Oh, we do have a lot more here, wow. Okay, so what do we have right here? Primal burlap shirt and pants. So, get a good look at this. Get a good look at this. This is produced by Kaglian and Yenlar, trying to emulate old age, what's the correct term? Humans of the past. I'm not sure if they count as humans, but having all the animal skins and whatnot for the clothing. Very cool, very rugged, and very interesting. Very nice, very cool. Are you a fan of this? Do you like it? Well, please consider voting yes or no. And you know what? That actually looks like it could do quite alright as desert camouflage. To a point, within reason. We'll see. So yeah, if you like what you see here, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you two. Right, military collection. We've got the likes of a military Boonie hat right here. So, military Boonie hat with its bandana. But yeah, let's just quickly talk about the likes of the military collection. Military. So, because it's the Boonie hat here, I thought I'd probably just have it placed there, and we could just talk about it immediately. So, military collection, what do we have? All the core pieces with the hoodie and pants just over here, but no primitive skins. There have been attempts, but unfortunately, no acceptances since then. But now, what do we see here? We do have the likes of the Boonie hat with the bandana. Will that potentially have a positive impact on the regular core skins? I don't think so. However, at the very least, I do think this could potentially work out very nicely if we do see the likes of more primitive skins being produced. Who would have guessed? But yeah, that's probably the best image I can showcase for both of them in good lighting. Mr. Robstar definitely likes to make a lot of good, interesting looking pictures, but to get it just in standard daylight was pretty hard, Mr. Robstar. Yeah, there you go. That'll do. Perfect. So, if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. But I don't think this is going to have an impact on the likes of these already existing skins. But if we do see the likes of some burlap clothing version 2, maybe some hide clothing, if that gets accepted, oh yeah, that'll be interesting. You've got your own little primitive collection being built up, and people will appreciate it, and people very likely will be investing into it. But for now, I don't think the likes of these two skins can have that much of an impact. So, by all means, the best you can do, please consider voting yes or no, and best of luck to you, Mr. Robstar. Right, moving on. Here we have the likes of Wild Hunter, Bandana, and Poncho. Get a good look at this. Looking very nice, straightforward, not too crazy. If you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Fresh. Then we have Frog Bandana with the likes of the Poncho. So last week we did see the likes of Lodi producing frog hide shirt and pants. Looks like they're trying to make a little mini skin set to pair up very nicely with the likes of the frog boots, which many people got for free because they bought the game before it came out of early access. So maybe, possibly. Do you like the idea of it? Are you a fan? Please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Lodi and Luigi. Alright, Skullforce, here we go. So Skullforce with its bandana and hide poncho. Get a good look at this. Very nice, very cool. So, if you aren't fully well aware, recently we've had a few Skullforce skins, haven't we? And, well, now we're going to go ahead and talk about that. So, first of all, looking very stylish. looking very cool, especially with the sunglasses. Mr. Sean Mick, how are we doing with our Skullforce skins? Let's go take a look. And what do we see? Oh, we only have the Skullforce SAR. I thought we had more. I do recall there was a continuation. I've bought tons. Oh, wow. Okay, then. I would have bought them for cheap. I know I can pick them up for a cheaper price. The current cheapest listing is only $1.08. Come on, Steam. Don't start being funny with me now. Come on. Just work. Cooperate. Help me, please. All right, so there's only 19 on the Steam market. All right, then. Interesting. Currently at $1.07, highest buy order is 81 cents. So if we were to see the likes of that primitive set being accepted, would the SAR have a bit of a boost? Personally, I don't think so. But if we keep seeing some more very interesting, very cool looking clothing skins, maybe things could turn around. I do like that. That does look very cool. You've done a very good job with this, I must say. So, at the very least, keep an eye out. But personally, I don't think I'll be buying any more SARs, because I already own a lot of the SARs. But if you want to give it a shot, by all means, keep an eye on it. But at the very least, you might want to consider voting yes or no. So, cool little collection continuation here. Best of luck to you, Sean Mick and Mr. R.E. Spectre. It does look really good. You've done a very good job of that. Right, now we can move down and take a look at some of these hide clothing with some jacket skins. So yes. Then we can start talking about the likes of all the hoodie and pants. Yes, so last week Mr. Shino did produce the likes of the hemp hide poncho and hat. Well, what do we have right here? It is hide clothing quite literally made out of hemp. Now, did you have to kind of keep it looking exactly like that with the hemp leaves? You could have just, like, split them apart. They didn't have to literally look like the weed icon. Anyway, as you can see, it's all in reference to the hemp plants in rust. Surely, So don't stand too close to a fire or anything. It might get a bit funny. But regardless, if you like what you see here, if you'd like to see the hemp primitive skins potentially being accepted, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you two, Shino and SMN. Now, what do we have over here? This is the Black Swan Vagabond jacket. So, lighting would definitely help if we had it. You can see it enough there, I think. Yeah, maybe I've just been a bit too picky. But yeah, a nice good pan around right there. Looking pretty cool with its like feathery-ish style design. So, as we see here, you could probably see this as some nice sort of forest camouflage. I believe it's supposed to be like feathers. Looks like it. I might be wrong. Well, very cool, but we do have an alternate version here. It is a white death jacket. So we've got the actual swan colours here. And, well, yeah, that does look like feathers. Cool. So, well, maybe you've got a very cool looking white jacket right there that a lot of people would appreciate for that ever so cold environments that is the Arctic and snowy biome. So if you like what you see here, guys, please consider voting yes or no for either version, whether it's the Black Swan variant or, of course, the snowy white one. They are both looking very interesting, and if they were to be accepted, well, that'll be interesting, won't it? But which one? Which one do you prefer? Feel free to comment. Best of luck to you, Cubist and Alma to Dema. Now I scroll down. Now I take a look at holographic hoodie and pants, and then we have a collection continuation after it. So, holographic hoodie and pants produced by the likes of Mr. Viduka. Get a good look at this. Lighting is not doing me any favours here. I can't see it properly, Viduka. I can't see that. Just show me a straightforward, well-lit view of it. I can't see it properly. So, what about over here? Same thing. It's the same pictures. You might sit and say, but I got this all here. Well, I mean, at the very least, you could have put the hoodie with the pants in the same picture. It's a bit awkward, but, I'll let it slide for now. I mean, I'm not really in charge of anything. I'm just saying it's a bit not helpful. So, yeah, you got a cool-looking holographic design for both of these pieces, and if you happen to like either of them, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Viduka. Oh, we do have a GIF here as well. I mean, that's helpful. That helps. Okay, fair enough. Cool. Very nice and shiny. Do you want to be shiny? Well, you know what to do. Please consider voting yes or no. I mean, that's not the best thing to start with. It was in the dark. Right, let's try this again. Yes, good day, everybody. We have the likes of Thundergold, clothing version 2. Yes, yes, yes. We have a brand new hoodie and pants for the Thundergold collection. As we scroll down here, you can notice the slight changes, such as an improved chain and a very cool, much bigger pocket. You can put more things in it, chat. Oh, yes. So, yes, it's been a good month or so since the original version was submitted. Unfortunately, it wasn't accepted. So, Mr. Morphus and Mr. Micro are making for a second attempt. They're trying to see if they could get it accepted, potentially for the likes of the March Force wipe, I'm sure. So if you're looking for some nice budget white clothing and armour, very nice, very affordable, considering whiteout collection is very expensive at this current point, maybe you might want to consider voting yes or no for the likes of the Thundergold hoodie and pants. Now, if I were to go over to here and take a look at the Thundergold collection, it's holding up quite right. Slipped a little bit, but it's not necessarily doomed. So yes, the kilt's doing fine, the helmet's doing fine, the AK's doing fine, Tier 3's doing perfectly fine, Thundergold face mask still sitting at $5, but the roadside vest and the gloves have dipped a little bit. So just be aware of this. Most skins in general right now not exactly doing super great based on the fact that we're slowly getting closer to Easter. Easter time tends to drop off pretty badly. It is what it is. So with what we have here, this seems to be okay, but of course, as you'd know, when a new core piece appears, you will expect a very nice spike in demand and a spike in price. We even saw it for the likes of Damascus collection, right? Damascus wasn't doing very well. All of these clothing and armor skins in the negative. These were sitting at about 60 to 70 cents. These were sitting at just over $1. Well, this is $3.60. This is almost $3. And both of these, well, that's doing $2.26 at the moment. This is just slightly above $1. They are doing much better. They're in a positive. All because the core piece appeared. So, as I sit here and talk about the likes of Thundergold, I assure you, if we see Thundergold hoodie and pants being accepted, you're going to be in the money. You're going to be sitting there with a very big fat profit. So, if you're looking at this with some optimism, if you truly think, maybe we can finally finish this off, maybe it's all lining up perfectly for the likes of the March Force wipe, which will be happening on the March the 7th. Yep, March the 7th. That's just next week. Maybe everything might work out all right. Maybe we'll see this being accepted. Maybe we'll make some very good profits. Have you already invested into it? Well, maybe now's a perfectly fine opportunity. The choice is up to you, but yes, I will sit here and say, if those hoodie and pants get accepted, we will be seeing this rising up in price very, very nicely, because then we've effectively got our first complete alternative white option. Because as I said, whiteout, very expensive at the moment. Not insanely expensive. You're not going to have to mortgage your house. But at the very least, they're not exactly cheap. So, yeah. We shall see. We shall see. So, once again, if you're a fan of the Thundergold collection, if you like what you see right here, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Morphus and Mr. Micro. Scroll. What do we have right here? It's another collection continuation. It's Legacy Kevlar version 2. Again, after waiting a month and not seeing the likes of the boots and the gloves being accepted, Mr. Kosem and Slanoster, as you can see right there, they've probably decided, well, you know what? Why don't we go and see if we can see this potentially being accepted for a March Force wipe? Now, if we just go back a fair bit for the February Force wipe, what did we see? Legacy Kevlar sold very nicely, and it's doing very nicely. And of course, at the very beginning of January, what did we see? Legacy Kevlar. So, overall, Legacy Kevlar, bit of an awkward spot at the moment. However, if you aren't fully well aware, I actually uploaded this video today. Please consider watching this video. It's just located over to here. Rust Nightlight Update, Ruskin Investing. It's very short, but it's very straight to the point. I've provided two Twitter links right there. It's Rusticated and Rustoria showcasing a new update that's expected for the March Force wipe. They are changing nighttime. They are making it slightly brighter. You can actually walk around in your base without any lights on, without any glow-in-the-dark deployables, and you can vaguely see in front of you. You can actually navigate rooms. You can actually navigate outside slightly better, all right? So you can vaguely see things now. Now, the idea is, if that were to happen, that would probably now actually reinforce the idea of wanting to wear black collection skins in the dark at night time, because now that you can vaguely see things, wearing pitch black dark is actually going to be very beneficial this time. Because if you aren't fully well aware, with the current setup, when it's pitch black dark, well, unfortunately, with what we have, when it goes to nighttime, you could be wearing whiteout, and one person could be wearing whiteout, one person can be wearing blackout. When it's pitch black dark, you can't see either of them regardless. But with this new proposed idea, it really does look like wearing the likes of black clothing is actually going to be properly beneficial from now on. It's not just going to be a myth; it's going to be a genuine fact. Potentially. We don't know until it's actually out and we actually see it for ourselves. So just wanted to point that out. Please consider watching the Nightlight video. So back over to here. In regards to what we have with these boots and gloves, we have seen many instances in the past where when boots and gloves are accepted, we do see the likes of core pieces spike in demand, spike in price. So, as we saw with the likes of these skins over here, whilst they might not be doing super great at the moment, we could see a bit of a boost for the likes of them. But let's just remind ourselves, when these two skins are accepted, we saw a bit of a boost, but it didn't really change that much. Kilt went up in price a fair bit. We can actually see that for ourselves. So yeah, this is slightly starting to dip down in price. I wonder why. Well, how much quantity do we have in the Steam market? 771. That shouldn't be surprising in the slightest. And then you see the quantities listed. That's not helping it out either. So not good, not good. But yeah, as you can see here, February 4 swipe goes up a fair bit, and then since then down. Awkward, awkward. So yeah, this is normal in terms of skins going down in price at this current time. It's the summertime where we will expect to see prices rise back up again. And if you want a very good example of this, well, actually I can just quickly show you. If I could just remind you of the likes of the Dragon Rage kilt. When this first came out, it just so happened to appear just as a Antwerp 2022 CS Major took place. So a Counter-Strike Major happened. And, well, this immediately had a bit of a bad start. So let me just remind you of this. So if we go back to 2022, this is what happened. It released and it immediately went down in price because this is when the Antwerp 2022 Major took place with its 75% discount sale. But what happened when we started to approach the summertime? It rose back up again and was selling for the same price it sold for in a Rust store again. So do take this into consideration. This has happened before with another black collection. Don't be surprised if you see Legacy Kevlar having a nice rebound. And as I have said, if this actually proves to be correct in terms of people generally want to go and use the likes of black coloured theme skins at night time to give them just a little bit more of an edge in terms of not being noticed, yes, you can see things definitely potentially improving for this. But I don't expect that much of a spike in demand, spike in price if we were to see the boots and gloves. I do expect a bit of a boost, but with the current trend of how low they're currently going, it's probably not going to really make that much of a difference. So that is quite unfortunate, but many potential things could be happening over the course of the next couple of weeks. We shall see what it looks like when we have the March 4 swipe. Okay, so if you're a fan, well, you might want to go jump in and buy some if you think it sounds good, but chances are you probably already did. So best of luck to you, Mr. Kosem and Mr. Slanosta. If you like what you see, please consider voting yes, no. Right, then we got a whole bunch of tier 3 armour, and buddy, I've got a very good talk in a second. I'm saving it best for last. So, Football Striker Metal Face Mask. Here's the white version. Obviously American football. I don't know why they called him a striker. I know Zinc, well, I know he's European, so maybe he just kind of got the position wrong or something. But yeah, you got red versus white, and of course, we've got the chest plate there as well. So, if you're dressed like an American footballer, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Zinc. Next up, do you like cheese? Do you want to be covered in cheese? Do you want to live as a cheese man? Well, your dreams may just come true, for we have cheese tier 3. It's ever so nice and gooey, savoury, delicious. Are you a fan? Do you like it? Well, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Gavahu, and your lovely, lovely dairy life. So yeah, cheesy. You might want to get some crackers or something. It might help out quite a lot. Right, and here we are. Immediately out. The very next week. We have had quite the discussion talking about the likes of the Flashbacks, Hoodie and Pants. So much so that I actually went over to here. Now let me just mute this. Alright. Mute. There we are. I actually hopped in game and I made some comparisons to the likes of the Forest Raiders compared to the likes of Flashbacks, Hoodie and Pants, paired with the likes of Elite Crate Tier 3 and a Reptile Hunter kilt. And let me tell you, it does a very, very good job, and it's about $100 cheaper compared to what Forest Raiders is, for sure, for sure. So, the fact that we just now have seen the likes of Flashbacks Tier 3 being submitted, all the better for it. Now, if I just quickly hop over to here, I have noticed that we have someone... oh, yeah, no, I thought someone made a picture that we could take a look at. But basically, Flashbacks is good. And Flashbacks is looking to be very, very good as a potential investment. So as you can see right there, there's the cheap option, and it only costs $8 for those 5 skins. Well, do you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if the likes of the Flashbacks Tier 3 potentially sells for a slightly cheaper price. Wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. So yeah, let's just get a much better quick look at this. Yep. So if you're worried about like the hoodie having those buttons on the side, guess what? Tier 3 armor completely covers it. No issue, no problem. It's full green, the perfect type of green for the grassy environments and the foresty areas. This is looking to be very, very interesting with the likes of our Flashbacks hoodie and pants. Now here's the thing, it's still in the Rust store. Currently, they have both sold bare minimum 24,000, pushing up to 25,000 sales. At the current rate, it does look like this is going to reach 30,000 sales. But please, let me remind you, don't be surprised if there's a whole bunch of people that buys these on Thursday. Tomorrow, we are going to have our abnormal buy orders, all right? Wednesday night running into Thursday morning, we're going to be chasing after those hoodie and pants. And at the current position that they're in, with the amount that they sold, I can't help but assume that they are going to be perfectly fine investments. If everything lines up perfectly as well, we have to point out, if we do see the Tier 3 armor, well, core piece, and as we know, with a brand new core piece being accepted, especially for a very in-demand collection, well, I wouldn't be surprised if it just so happens to go up in price absolutely insanely. Now, I do have a video which I want to bring up to you, all right? Don't just assume everything's going to be perfectly fine. In this video, I cover all bases based on, well, you know, some good things can potentially happen, but some bad things can. And the best example is reminding ourselves with how Legacy Kevlar rolled out. A lot of people might jump in, just instantly assuming, oh yeah, no, everything's going to be perfectly fine. No. As we saw with the likes of Legacy Kevlar, not everything was fine. Awkward, I know, but please consider giving this a watch. I did record this on the same day that the Rust store rotated, so obviously some more things have appeared, of course, with the likes of the Tier 3 armor appearing in this video that I made. But overall, I am very optimistic for these right now. Yeah, very much so. Abnormal barders tomorrow. We'll see what the barter support looks like, but I can't help but assume that $1.49 price, well, I think the barders will be going all the way up to that. And I hope that we do see the likes of Flashbacks Tier 3 being accepted. We want to see much more affordable green camouflage skins. Forest Raiders, in total right now, how much do you currently cost? The answer is it's about $200. Yes, $210 currently. Right, so we shall see what could potentially happen with the likes of this from here and now. I am optimistic and I am happy. So we'll talk more about that tomorrow. But the position is, they are looking good. They are looking very, very good. So, by all means, if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no for like the Flashbacks Tier 3 armor. Best of luck to you, algorithm and other algorithm. And yeah, that's basically it. That was all the clothing and armor skins. Which of these skins do you reckon has a very good chance of potentially being accepted in an upcoming Rust store? Which of these skins do you reckon potentially? Which one's your favourite? That's what I should have said. I got it in the wrong order. Now, let me remind you, just because there are collection continuations doesn't guarantee that these skins are definitely going to be accepted, alright? Okay? Face Punch decides, and sometimes they pick things that might not make you very happy. Depression, yes. So, if you're a skin creator, right, and you're probably watching this and wondering, Hedge, how come you didn't look at my skin? Now, chances are I might have made a mistake, but chances are you are a completely new skin creator. Please let me showcase this to you, because a lot of people have been asking quite recently, and I want to showcase this. I am limited with the amount of people I can follow. You are only able to follow up to 250 people. Earlier today, I reached that limit again. So I had to go through and identify a lot of skin creators that have been inactive for a very long time. All right? I have to do this every now and then because there keeps being more and more newer people appearing. All right? And in all fairness, if your skins are of the quality standard and they're frequently appearing in the likes of the top picks lists and whatnot, then fair enough, I will follow you, and especially if you get a skin created, that's even better. So I am looking at this with a financial perspective, and I only want to follow people that have a genuinely good chance of potentially getting their skins accepted. So if you're a new skin creator and I haven't added your skin to my collection, please understand the very straightforward answer is I'm being very strict. I'm limited to how many people I can follow. Right now I'm up to 243. I hope that makes sense to you, all right? I sincerely hope you understand. So keep up the good work. Remain, consistent with your work. Because a lot of people will ask me, Hedge, how come you haven't added my skin? And then I do, and then they disappear literally after a month. I have to be strict now, okay? So please understand this, okay? Right, so with that out of the way, that was everything basically. So one quick thing that I just wanted to go over very quickly, I brought it up a lot, but I must bring it up even more. Yes, skins are going down at the moment, and it's expected with the upcoming CS Major, that of course, not that one, it's the previous one. This is just the qualifiers, sorry. Yeah, the upcoming Copenhagen Major will be taking place in about 3 weeks' time, but in about 2 weeks' time, we're going to see the brand new content being added for it, the capsules, and of course, the stickers, the autograph stickers and whatnot. So when that appears, don't be surprised if this drops off even more. It shouldn't be that surprising to you, but like I said, much like a little bit earlier when I discussed Legacy Kevlar, showcasing how Dragon Rage performed in the past, it's expected that skins are going to dip, but around the summertime, it is expected, with more people playing the game around then, we're expecting prices to recover. That is an expectation. There are no guarantees that everything's going to work out quite all right. Bit awkward to say now, but it is what it is. So, with that, thank you very much for watching me today. I greatly appreciate it. Feel free to catch me tomorrow with my Abnormal Barter stream. Everybody's welcome to hop in and say hello. And if I did happen to miss your skin, and you are like a proper skin creator and whatnot, just message me. We can showcase it during the Abnormal stream. I have like potentially 100 people watching me, so, still works out quite all right. And with that, thank you very much for watching. Greatly appreciate it. Catch you later. See you, goodbye.